Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a book review on the Death Note series by Tsugumi Ohba. Death Note is a 12-volume manga series that follows college student Light Yagami, who one day finds a mysterious notebook. This notebook has been dropped by a Shinigami, and Light discovers that when you write inside of the notebook the name that you place inside, you have the power to kill somebody. What follows over the course of this story is Light's desire and mania to rid the world of evil and make the world a better place. Light has to learn to outwit the police as he seeks to become a god of this new world and has to contend with all of those who seek to stop him. First of all, this is my first time reading a manga series, interesting enough, though I have seen the movie adaptations of Death Note and I have seen the anime adaptation of Death Note. So being familiar with the world already definitely helped me to dive right on into the manga series. But wow, you guys, I loved this manga series, even though I previously enjoyed the anime and the movies. You know, reading the series is kind of a bit of a different experience, and I was kind of worried I wouldn't enjoy reading the series as much as viewing the series, but I enjoyed reading it just as much. But seriously though, I mean, the story is so intriguing. I mean, such a fascinating concept and premise and really interesting characters. It's like once you start a volume, it's very difficult to put it down. I mean, the story is that fast-paced and that much goes on in it. I think what appeals to me so much about Death Note is the idea of using this simple notebook as this instrument of murder. And as you're reading the series, you have all of these questions in the back of your head, you know, concerning yourself. What would you do if you had the power to kill anybody that you wanted? What would you do if you had the power to get rid of someone who was evil? You know, where are the moral boundaries when it comes to killing somebody? Are there any moral boundaries? And the main character, Light Yagami, he has this power to kill anybody over the course of this whole series. He can kill absolutely anybody that he wants. If someone pisses him off, he can kill them. If someone has raped somebody, he can kill them. And so what's happening over the course of this series, you're basically viewing the story through the villain's eyes, through the villain's point of view, which is utterly fascinating, I think. And the reader's relationship with Light over the series is a very complicated one, because sometimes Light is almost a hero, but then other times Light is the villain. He is doing very bad things. So it's interesting because at the beginning of the story, you can kind of sympathize with Light, because all he wants to do is he wants to rid the world of evil. He has a very genuine desire to do that. But over the course of the series, as his mania increases and he gets more obsessed with killing people, and yet he has to start covering things up, yeah, I mean, he starts turning into the villain more and more, and he kind of starts killing when he shouldn't be. So yeah, basically he gets tempted more and more with the Death Note. The Death Note is almost kind of like a drug. So just to move on and talk about some of the other characters really quickly, the Death Note series is notorious for causing a lot of heated debate as far as these characters are concerned, especially the series' treatment of women. Even with Light's character, you have the readers who cannot stand Light, who just find him completely despicable and hate every fiber of his being. But then you have the readers who really love Light. Mostly those of us who love villains and anti-heroes, I think. You know, if you're someone who does not like villains and anti-heroes, yeah, I guess it's reasonable why you don't like Light. But those of us who really appreciate a good villain, we love Light. We love to sit and psychoanalyze him and his motives and agendas. And I will admit, even though Light would do these horrible things, he would anger me on occasion. I would be like, God damn it, Light, don't do that. But once again, Light is such an interesting villain because is he the villain? You know? Certainly other characters view him as the villain, and what makes him a great villain is the fact that he doesn't even see himself as a villain. I think Light can almost be put in this gray zone because he's neither totally a villain and he's neither totally a hero, you know what I mean? He is definitely very gray on occasion. Because like I said earlier, sometimes you do kind of want to sympathize with what he's trying to do, but then yeah, when he goes too far, it's too far. But like I suggested a bit ago, a big hot topic with this series is its portrayal of women. Especially Misa Aname, who is Light's love interest, if you want to call her that. Okay, let's get this out of the way. There is absolutely no denying that there is some sexism going on in this series. Misa, along with pretty much every other woman in this series, is treated pretty horribly. But I feel like I have to defend Misa because even though she is treated horribly and she's portrayed horribly, the thing is, I don't think Misa is an idiot. I don't think she's stupid. I mean, she is quite capable of doing things on her own, and when Light tells her to do something, she never screws it up. So weirdly enough, I do think Misa is probably the strongest female character, but like I said, in regards to her, there is definitely still a lot of sexism, but I still think we can acknowledge that she does have her own strength on occasion. But yeah, Misa is definitely always, she's depicted as having these little short skirts on. A lot of times you can see her underwear. Sometimes she barely has anything on. She's definitely objectified on numerous occasions. But yeah, I do like Misa despite how horribly she's treated over the course of the story. By both the writers and the artists. I guess moving on over to Elle, the mysterious Elle. Who hates Elle? Everyone loves Elle. Elle is basically the Sherlock Holmes of this series. He's super intelligent, super smart. He can figure things out just like that. And that's kind of the relationship between Light and Elle. Light is kind of a Moriarty type figure, Elle is a Sherlock Holmes type figure, but yeah, they're both equally matched in terms of their intelligence and deductive reasoning skills. And that provides some of the best intense conflict of this whole series, is their interactions and trying to outmaneuver and outwit and outlast each other. And as far as some other characters go, I really loved all of the guys of the Japanese police force. But as far as characters go that I did not enjoy, that would probably go to a lot of the characters introduced in the last half of the series. You know, characters like Nier and Mello, I found myself not really liking them that much or even connecting to them. Just to talk about the artwork very quickly, I think it was well done. The artwork is done entirely in black and white and grays, you know, that whole color scheme. Very much like The Walking Dead, if you've read the Walking Dead series, which is done entirely in black and white, the same as with Death Note. But yeah, I mean, the artwork is very descriptive and very beautiful, and there's a lot to it. You know, you can look in the background and you can kind of notice something. It's not bland or boring at all. There's a lot of descriptiveness to it. And as for the story itself, I cannot praise the story enough. Like I said earlier, it has such an intriguing concept and premise. The story is not perfect. Let's get that out of the way. It's definitely not a perfect story. The volumes, they have their ups and downs. The beginning volumes are really great, and then you'll have some volumes that are a little bit slower and paced, and then you'll get some really high action volumes in the middle, and then yeah, some more slower paced volumes. But then yeah, once you get to the end of the series, it's definitely all out action from there. You may not be satisfied with everything that happens, You may not even like the ending, but I do highly recommend this series overall. I think it's well worth the read, and it's kind of up to you as a reader to judge the things that you like and the things that you hate, the things that bother you, the things that don't bother you. So yeah, overall, I'm really glad that I got around to reading this manga series. Enjoyed reading it just as much as viewing it, and yeah, just a nice way to enjoy the series, you know, enjoy it in a different manner from just viewing it. So yeah, have you guys read the Death Note series? Do you plan on reading it? Just let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. So that's it for this book review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and if you like this book review, you may like these other book reviews. Bye guys.